Donald Trump is giving away, he's waiving ethics rights. Yes, indeed, America, like you get a Big Mac at a drive-thru. He has given 17 top White House staffers waivers on ethics. Now, let me explain, backstory here. So when the president first came in, remember he ran on this whole idea of drain the swamp, drain the swamp, drain the swamp. Well, America, Donald Trump is the swamp. So for one of the first things he did when he was in office is he signed an executive order with sweeping ethics regulations against folks who worked at the White House. But with just 130 some odd days into this White House, he's waiving those ethics rights. Not just for everybody, but for the usual suspects. Steve Bannon, his ethics rights have been waived, so he can now meet with Breitbart freely, openly, and honestly. Kellyanne Conway, her ethics responsibilities have been waived, and now she can meet with former clients that she used to have when she worked at Conway and Associates. Reince Priebus, the chief of staff, can meet with the RNC to discuss RNC matters that he would have been excluded to under the current ethics waiver, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. A lot of his attorneys, so he has 6 attorneys who work for him, who were formerly at the firm Jones Day. They can all now still sort of communicate with Jones Day openly, open lines of communication, right? That means there's no ethics. They have no rules that they must follow, right? This America, and he's not the only one. In addition to those bold-faced names, 4 staffers were granted waivers to deal with issues that related to work as lobbyists in the private sector. Now, let me connect the coins for you here. So Donald Trump has given 17 people in his White House, he's waived their ethics rights, so they don't have basically any ethics rules that they must follow. So that means they can do bidding for the White House, because remember they work for the President of the United States, but they can also do bidding for their old companies. So let's put this into play, right? Well, let's take Jones Day, a big law firm, big law firm. They have an office literally right across the street from the Capitol. In a map, you would think the Jones Day office is part of the Capitol. So they have this big office, and let's say, I don't know, let's pick a company. Walmart has Jones Day as their client, and they need the president, when he signs this executive order, to do, I don't know, let's make something up here. Let's have a little bit of fun. So the president's signing an executive order around, I don't know. Oh, here we go, on a trade. He wants to sort of limit the importation of buttons from Mexico. But Jones Day, because of these waivers, these 6 lawyers over Jones Day, their friends and associates who have Walmart as a client could say, hey, listen, can you just waive this particular company in Mexico from this particular executive order so that Walmart can get their buttons from Mexico? And then these lawyers will be like, of course we can. We'll just go to the president and ask him to do it. And then the president will be like, okay, sure, because the president's not paying any attention. And guess what? When they get caught doing it, there's nothing wrong there. Why? Because their ethics responsibilities have been waived. Don't get me wrong, other presidents do this. So this is not anything, like if I would be wrong to say to you that only Donald Trump is engaging in this type of behavior, but let me give you some statistics on this. So President Obama waived 17 people as well over an 8-year period. So over 8 years, systematically, 17 people got these waivers. Donald Trump in 130 days has issued 17 waivers, and trust me, America, there's probably more to come. So let's put this and one other point here, to be very clear. Staffers who agreed to recuse themselves from working on issues that pose potential conflict of interest do not apply for ethics waivers. So there, we put that out here. And this is what the White House said. I'm going to give you all the information. The White House counsel's office works closely with all White House officials to avoid conflicts arising from their former place of employment or investment holdings. To the further extent possible, counsel will work with each staffer to recuse from conflict conduct rather than being granted waivers, which has led to a limited number of waivers being issued. That's what the White House is telling us, America. But we know the truth. Donald Trump and the swamp cabinet and the swamp White House is engaging in swampy behavior. You don't have to take my word for it. Just look at the facts. Look at the facts, America. This president claims to be the man of the people, claims to be the guy who's going to make America great again, and like he says, I'm working for all of you. But too bad, him and his White House compatriots are working for all of themselves, just like this, right? This is a sad, 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 sad 140 some odd days of this presidency. And brace yourself, because we have 3 more years and 8 more months. Jesus, take the wheel.